Hello, I'm Joe, Unity151. My name is Joe. I'm here to talk to you and review sci-fi, military sci-fi, space opera books and audio books and other stuff on my channel. Today, boom, is this one. We're doing the spoiler. We're doing the spoiler of Second Chance Angel, Last Stop Station series by Griffin, Barber and Kacey, Ezell. I hope I got that right. I enjoyed this book. This was a good book. I'm going to tell you like that. I enjoyed this book. It's a very good book. Boom. There. I hope I get this right. Every time I forget. Hopefully the picture's there. I'm going to read the blurb, and then I'm going to do my 5 categories, and then we're going to spoil it, or talk about spoils. But again, this is only going to be a skim. It's not really a full spoil. Yes, that's that. So go buy the book. This was a good book. I also did an interview with them guys. First interview I'd done, they popped my interview cherry. So if you want to go read that interview and get more information, if you're in the spoiling section, you might want to see the interview. There is the link. Possibly at the end. I'll stick it at the end as well as hopefully we're going to have another interview or talk where we're going to spoil it together and dig in a bit deeper and dive and possibilities of what might they be in the next book. My words stopped working then. My mouth was talking and my brain didn't know what it was saying. Right, we're going to read the blurb. After a devastating galactic war, disgraced veteran Raston, I think it's Ralston, I don't know, Muck ekes out a living as a bouncer at Last Stop Station Premier Nightclub. A curtain of stars. Night after night he listens to the club's star performer, Siren, sings her memories and eases some of her aching losses. But when Siren goes missing, Muck finds himself drawn into a world of dirty cops, drug lords and conspiracies that trace back to the war itself. The only person he can trust isn't even himself. Angel, Siren's personal AI, was ripped from the singer's mind the night Siren disappeared, with no details what has happened to her human host. Pursued by a killer virus, Angel flees to Muck for answers. Together, they struggle to comprehend the conspiracy that entangles both their lives. Can Muck and the Angel on his shoulders recover Siren before it's too late, or he will lose everything that matters to him one more time? Oh, madness. Sounds absolutely madness. I'm going to stick that down there at the way. You can look at my forehead. Now, I enjoyed this book. As I said, I should probably say this at the beginning. This is obviously, they're giving me this book to do an honest review. I'm going to do an honest review. That's what I do. If I don't like a book, I'll say I don't like a book. If I do like a book, I'll say I do like a book. I overall enjoyed this book. God, I had to think about that. I don't usually, this is a noir type of book, which is like a mystery, killers, crime, people and all that stuff. People know. I don't usually read these sort of books because I like fast-paced action, space, war, death, destruction, murder and killing and all that fun stuff that comes with pillaging. But I actually really enjoyed this and I'm looking forward to the next one. See, that's why I should expand more on my books. Something that really stuck out with this book is the description. Everything was described detailed, but not like mass amounts of detail. Like it wasn't like paragraphs of stuff. But it was so detailed that everything just come to life. And every time I was in a room, like for example, like you see a tree, and I just imagine this big old oak wooden, it wasn't an oak wooden tree, this alien, but like the vines and like the old oak twisted vines of something, like this tree, probably completely wrong. The alien bird, I imagine this big black bird, like thing, I don't know. The purple, I think it's a purple alien. Purple alien with horrible sharp teeth and like these glowing eyes. I think they were green or yellow, I can't remember. It's been like a few weeks since I've read the book. Or not even a week, I don't know. Glistening. The detail in this was really, really good. The detail is definitely something that really stood out to me. It's very good. Personally, thoroughly enjoyed it. Good job. The different aliens, really enjoyed. Muck and Angel, how they bounce at each other in the head. So like you obviously got Muck, the Angel's in his head. I don't know if they actually have something in their head, or I can't remember how the Angels are in their head. But the way they communicate, because they're the same person, well no, they're two different people, but they're in the same obviously host. And the way Angel was winding Muck up, and the way they was bickering or getting along and all that stuff was really, really good. I really felt the connection between them two. Now the only problem that I had with the book was, it's Muck's point of view, and they're talking back and forward and something happens. One of them will say, there's something over there, and I don't know who said it, because as they're talking, obviously they get rid of like he said, she said, because they don't need all that stuff. And 9 times out of 10 I could follow that, but I did get confused a few times, just because it was so back and forth, and you really get immersed into it, and then it would be sort of like, oh, something happens, and oh, look at that over there, or something like that, and you're like, who said that? I didn't quite. That's the only little thing that chucked me a couple times. Didn't have much, but a few times. But then I'm a bit simple man, so I don't know. The ending to the book, brilliant ending. I really enjoyed the ending. I actually spoke to him about it because I was getting close to the end. They're like, oh, wait to see the end to see what you think. I didn't know how they'd think I'd react to it. I thought it was amazing how it ended. I'm not going to say what happens because I don't, even as a spoiler, I don't like spoiling everything. But how the ending actually went down, I enjoyed personally. Or the two-part of the endings, like how they resolved trying to find Siren and then what happens to them at the end once they've finished finding Siren, all that stuff. I like that. I'm looking forward to the next book. I've already asked them about the next book, and they're hopefully proceeding forward. They've got to do their, writing stuff and talk to publishers and all that stuff. Hopefully the next book come out. I'm looking forward to it. I will hopefully get it and review it and stick another video up. Hope people will buy it because I put these videos up and I'm like, yeah, they're good. Yeah. So we're going to talk about the 5 categories. 5 categories. Let's do it off the top of my head without forgetting. Story and world building. Oh, I'm on a roll now. Characters, battles, technologies, machines of war, aliens, and all the enemy are. I'll talk about all of them. That hopefully give you a full idea of what the story is about. Story and world building. You're in Muck's head mostly. Well, yeah, Muck's head, obviously. Siren goes missing. No, Muck's at the club. He's a bouncer. He fancies her, but nothing more than that. He gets talking to her. Something happens. Blah blah. All drama. She ends up disappearing. She goes home, disappears. Angel gets ripped out of her. Angel gets ripped out. She don't know how it was ripped out. She don't know what happened. All of that memory's gone. She then goes to Muck because Muck was the last person she remembers seeing because Muck dropped Siren off, and that kicks it off. They're getting chased, hunted. They then end up working for the gangsters. They work for the baddies. They then try and dig off world to other planets to try and find clues and stuff that expands, like what happens to Siren has happened to other people. There's testing, there's labs, there's like these Mormon-y, I think the Mormons kind of religion people who might be they're called Templars, I think. They might not be Mormons, completely wrong. They don't like technology. Is that Mormon? I don't know, I can't remember religion stuff. They're on. The whole story mostly takes place of Last Stop Station, which is, if I'm correct here, I think they're in the galaxy. I think it's the Milky Way galaxy. And where we are, or the station's just like on one of the arms of like the galaxy. Obviously galaxies do what galaxies do. They're on the arms. So they're real far away. Might have butchered it. They're at the edge. They're at the edge of somewhere, a long way away from anywhere else. That's why it's called Last Stop Station. It's pretty much ran by corrupt cops and crime lords, gangsters and stuff like that. There is security AIs who would call good. You have 2 point of views from them, which I'll talk about in the character side. Oh my god! Even though you spend most of the time on Last Stop Station, and then you go to a few other places. You go off planet. You're in a shuttle off planet. Wander around the planet a bit, doing planet stuff. Then come back. The story is very centralised, but you definitely feel a grandness to everything. I feel personally, I definitely felt like the story was very tight, as in it wasn't grand. No huge wars. You're not running over here. Something's going over there. Flying over here. This one's doing this. Jumping, time skipping, blah blah, all that bullshit. It was very much. This is what they had to do. The mission is get Siren, find Siren. Find out what happened to Siren. These other things sort of pop up, which then they need to work out because it's involved with Siren. I feel like that was achieved. The story is a done and dusted story. Obviously, there's questions and stuff that you want to know what happens more, But the finding Siren and dealing with Siren is resolved, and that was very good. With the world building side of stuff, the questions I've got: who are the ones in charge? I can't remember what they're called. I'm terrible. Mentors? No, I don't know what they're called. There's the ones who are in charge, because humans are just another race of other species under the banner of another species who control everything. Earth's gone. Earth got blown up in the war, so Earth's not even involved. I like the fact that Earth's not involved in the story, because I hate stories where Earth's always involved. It's like, we're spread so far out, we can do everything we want, and yet it's always about Earth. Earth's brought up because it's a point in time saying events happen, blah blah blah. But overall, the world building was nice. I want to know about some more aliens. There's these like old aliens that kind of remind me of the Fifth Element. You know, you got them aliens in the Fifth Element, the old ones who try at the beginning bring the Fifth Element thing. Kind of remind me of them-ish, / an Archon for StarCraft. Kind of what they remind me of in my head. Probably nothing like what was actually put down on the paper. But that's how my brain works. So overall, story and world building, I'll give a 4.3 out of 5. Characters. Muck. Muck is the first guy. So Muck's damaged. He's broken in his head. He had his angel taken away from him from being dishonorably discharged. Some words I struggle with. He got framed for something which he didn't know about, and that comes out in the story. You have Angel, who obviously got ripped from Siren, so her and Muck start getting a connection together. And what's quite interesting, because they both want to find Siren because they both care about Siren, but they're starting to care for each other, and it happens quite a lot. And Angel's very much trying to justify what she does for the best of Muck, because she needs to survive, but it's not. She's doing it because she likes him, because she's turned from a normal AI, becomes sentient, and she actually has feelings, emotions and stuff, and she sort of can infect other AIs. She infects 3 other AIs who then start becoming alive, and 2 of the other AIs are point of view. I can't remember their names because I'm terrible. One's a male AI who controls the station, another one's an information AI about the people, I think, I can't remember. But they've got a thing together, the 2 AIs do, and then they all sort of work together. Well, they work to look after Muck and Angel, the 2 other AIs do. And I like that, and what I like is how the AIs are. They're all quirky in their own way and stuff. But what was really good about the AIs is the way they move around, and I really liked the way Angel would go into stuff and how her emotions and how she's feeling when she's infecting other systems and fighting other stuff, and that whole side's good. That's on the technology side of things. But yeah, the characters are really good. I thoroughly enjoyed the main characters. Supporting characters, got the cops. There's one guy he's the bad cop. We know he's the bad cop, he's the bad guy. But at the end of it, he dies, and like, he gets beaten up, his bones are snapped, his legs all over the place, been beaten. You know he's the bad guy, but the reason why he done it, and sort of, I felt bad for him, you know, like there's another guy who was a baddie, just got vented out the airlock, and I'm like, I don't care, he was just an arsehole. But this guy, I felt bad for him, and I like that as a character, because even though he's the baddie, or one of the baddies, I liked him, and he was good. Yeah, well, he wasn't good, but I liked how they done with the character and all the emotions that made me feel and all that touchy-feely stuff. Got the crime lord, again, names, can't remember. I liked him because he was just a bit of a fruitcake. He was very slow. No, he doesn't talk like this. He's got a high-pitched voice like, oh yes, very squeaky. So he's like, he talks to me, he's like, oh yes, the Muck gonna do this. Slow, like, talk slow. But he's got like these sharp teeth, they're really razor pointed, and his eyes glow, kind of like emeralds, I think, or something, and he's purple skinned, I think, and he's really quick and those stuff. But then he gets his glare of death, and Muck's like, oh shit. Yeah, he was really cool. I liked him as a baddie. But again, what was good is, he's a baddie, you know he's a baddie, but he's on the goody side. So it was really good that the pulling of, you know, he's not grey at all. He's bad. He's a corrupt, not corrupt. He corrupts other people. He's a bad crime boss who don't give a fuck. But he's on the goody side, trying to help the goodies. So he gets tarred with the goody brush, even though he's not a goody. You know, he makes it very clear that he's not. Got this tree alien. I really like the tree alien. She has a mind a little bit. There's other characters, a couple other characters. What we've got, there's like a bird thing. Another quite important character, to a degree, is one of them Templars. She's like the leader of the Templars, and she has quite not a fair chunk of time is spent with Muck, and you learn a lot about Muck from her, or due to her being there. Then stuff comes up from Muck's past, blah 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 blah. So the characters are really good in this. 4.4 out of 5. I'll give the characters. Battles. They're not grand, mass scale battles. It's very much, you know, you just Muck running around. So Muck's got the enhancements, which I'll cover in the technology side, which Angel can do, because the Angels being the head, they can advance through chemicals, blah blah blah. I'll cross over the bridge later. So he can run around. He's a bit better than most normal folk. So you have a lot of fights, him attacking, fighting people, people fighting him and stuff. Shoot 'em ups, lots of shoot 'em ups on ships, running around, chases, fights. Couple, yeah. There's a big in the Shanky Town on another planet. There's a quite a long drawn out battle. So like fight, battle, whatever, engagement. Muck has to first infiltrate this place. Find some information, find some stuff, does what he does, they hack into it, they get what to do, goes south, he has to fight for people, runs off, he's getting shot at. Then the Brethren, I think they're called Brethren, are they? No, Templars. I think they're called Templars, aren't they? Brethren? I don't know. The religion folk help him out, and then they all got their robes over their head and they whip out all these advanced technology because they don't like technology, and this is a weapon, and that's fine. They whip out these laser pistols, vaporising people, shooting people. There's people running on buildings they're shooting down, and Muck's like whistling and he's calling people, they're jumping over, fighting, snapping necks, killing, shooting. Oh, it's just going down absolute madness. Thoroughly enjoyed it. They're on a ship another time, so there's these aliens, which are the ones I said, like Fifth Element / Archons from StarCraft. They so weird. So they're so advanced, no one wants to mess with them. But they're kind of like a bus, so they just have their ships and they just transport people around. I don't know quite why they do that, because they don't need money. I think they just like being involved. I don't know, but they transport people around, and like they don't mind if people get killed, murdered, raped, whatever. They don't care. Whatever, what happens, happens. As long as you don't touch their ship or shoot them. So Muck's having a bit of an engagement with Marines, some ex-Marines from his army, so his past comes out, because his past is involved. He sort of tricks the Marines into thinking he is somewhere else, because he's hacked into the system through the Angel. And they end up, after this massive fight against the Templars, Brethren, religion folk again, and then Muck, like I said, tricks them into shooting one of these old ancient aliens, which then they get like pissed, and they just like electrocuting, like Archon death, electric beams, slaughtered all the Marines. That was a good fight. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I enjoyed the battles. The battles were good. I thoroughly enjoyed the battles. 4.3 out of 5 I'll give the battles. Technology and machines of war. So the technology, lots and lots of technology in this. We've got a space station, standard ships. The only thing that's standard, the two things that are really exceptional in this. One, which was those aliens. I enjoyed them alien technology and sort of briefly what you saw about them. But the one major point in this, which was really good, was the AI angels, how they are to the humans. So, how it works. They're in their head, however they're in their head, I don't quite know. But what they can do is they can, if you need adrenaline because the fight's about to kick off, they can start pumping that through your system. So everything your body's got, they can tweak it and fine tune you, so you're always at your peak physical strength. Now you need to eat a lot of food because you burn a lot of calories. But like if your eyes, you go in a dark room, they can just adjust your eyes. If you need to see long distance, they can make your eyes be able to see the best they can see. Want to hear, they can improve your hearing so you can really hear. If you're in a fight, they can help, and then they can take over your body. So if you're like getting beaten, so Muck at one point gets knocked out, well, he's knocked out. Someone goes into his eye and like rips his eye out, so he's like, rah, rah, pain, passes out. But then Angel can take over his body and help fight. And like if something happens that you don't see, the angels can react quicker, so they'll just like take over your body, quickly move you out of the way and give you back your body again, stuff like that. So the whole, and the way they was within the technologies of how they control the humans was really interesting, as well as with the AIs, how the AIs go through the systems, which I like. So there's this part of battles actually as well. So Angel's always going in and out the systems through everything, sneaking around doing whatever, and she has a few engagements with AIs, and the way she has to engage them is one through emotion and all these other things, because she's got this ability to turn other AIs alive through feelings, touchy feelings, but whatever way. It's just the way the battles go, like she's being chased, and like I really felt like I was in the cables and the wires as she's trying to escape, and she's sort of like, part of her's coming off, leaving these bits of herself behind. So then the virus is grabbing them and ripping at them, trying to get to her, and just the whole way the AI battle was, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Just the details, the way everything's described in detail through the AI and the artificial, that side of stuff, was, they've done a really good job on that. And I will give that a 4.5 out of 5. Very good. Aliens and or who the enemy are. Oh, I muffled that up. You got these tree root aliens. They're the ones that look like them old oak vines, roots twisted and stuff. They don't really, I think they're like black roots, but like ivy, I don't know. But they talk through scent. So they have machines that they discreetly sense. The machines then pick up the sense, translates into human or English, and then the English goes in. I presume they can just understand English. I don't know. But they were interesting. She had them. You've got these birds. I've got to reposition myself. I've got really bad neck and shoulder. You've got these birds. Then you've got Archon, Fifth Element things, which they have different heads. I forgot to say about that. They have like bird heads, dog heads, I think. I don't know, they're very interestingly weird creatures they are. Pretty sure he has some sort of crab things that the crime boss had. Maybe not. They just had like these pincers, I think. You've got humans. You then have whatever the crime lord is. That was very interesting. Like he's the only one of him, I think, you see. There's a few other ones you see in the bar. Actually, on the front of the I'm going to look at this, but on the picture, you can kind of see on here, you've got something with like some thin heads. These wormly looky things. I don't know. No. That's what they look like. So the root alien is actually a smuggler. They're all criminals on this on this station. So she is a smuggler. Then you've got one who's the crime boss, of like the big crime boss. Nachos, I think it's called. Nachos, or something like that, I think his name is. And then you've got the black bird one. Now the black bird species are actually what made the angels for the humans, for the overlording alien creatures, whatever they're called. The monitors, I think they're called monitors. Then you've got the monitors, codename monitors. I don't even know if you know anything about them. I don't know what they are. The overall baddies in the story, so it's a bit kind of all over the place. So basically, what the baddies are doing, they're taking veterans from the war and they're trying to take the angels out and make the people be okay with the angels without the angels, or something like that. Or they're trying to, I don't know, it's a bit like that. I don't quite understand what their end game is. They want to take the power away from, I'm going to call it the monitors, the ones in charge. That's what they're trying to do. So they're doing experiments on the angels and the veterans, because Angel actually turned out to be an experiment with, same as what happened to Siren. And obviously the experiments worked because now she can infect other AIs and turn them sentient. I believe that was the purpose. I don't know if that was actually their end goal, but whatever way, yeah. They've left doors open for what happens. The military are doing something. They are part of it. It's very high up. This goes high up, who the baddies are. You don't really know who the baddies are through that. But this is the twist. This is a spoilery twist at the end. It does turn out that the bird alien who helps Muck and Nachos, or Nacho, or whatever, Nacho I think, they are the ones who are actually doing the experiments. I don't quite know how they tie into the military. The bird and Nachos are doing experiments on the veterans, possibly, or they did experiment with Angel. The military are doing experiments as well to the angels, because some of these angels go mad in the head and they end up like being like, they call them like demons, like not demons, but they're just like horrible things inside the head, and they turn in the humans crazy because of what they do to them. So there's this copper, that corrupt cop. He worked for Nachos, but he was double crossing Nachos for someone else. Now Nachos is the main person on Last Stop Station as the baddie, but he's the copper. He's working for someone else, and he actually ignores nachos and does jobs for someone else. He knows he's going to get hurt. He ends up getting, you know, bones snapped. His bones are pointing out. He's smashed to pieces. And somewhat, there's a bigger baddie doing it. You don't really find out who they do, or I'm just oblivious to it. I don't know. But he had his demon turned into some sort of demonic thing in his head as an experiment, and it was just killing him inside. It was really quite intense and quite good read. I really enjoyed this book. Yeah, so yeah, no, I'm gonna give it a 4.4 out of 5. Very good. This is it's a spoiler, but it's a skim spoiler. I haven't told you what happens to Siren. You know bits and bobs, but again, read the book. Really good book. I haven't really spoiled it. There's so much you can read and find out. Get it, do it. I'm ordering you to do it. If you're happy with the video, please like. Find me on Discord, Twitter, Instagram. Go for it. All stuff's in the description. Drop a comment if you need to drop a comment if you want to find me. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Yeah, but now I have like I can't even pronounce my words. I did my hands. Oh, my eyes went really blurry then. Okay.